I'm writing a thesis paper for departmental honors on the detention of U.S. citizens and the usage of drones against U.S. citizens. And the House of Representatives the Judiciary Committee was having a hearing. And I found out about the hearing on Monday, and I flew to D.C. on Tuesday.
The history on this fund dates back really to Ron Halls coming to Miami in 1966 and graduating in 1970. Ron went on then to a career in the U.S. government and started working with the Development Office several years ago to think about how he could support the thing that he was most passionate about, which is the study of American civil liberties. And so what we were able to set up really was two component parts. One is money that we'll set aside as part of an estate gift to support a professorship in the study of American civil liberties. And a second component part is a fund that will spin off money each year for student enrichment, to enrich sort of the undergraduate experience in the study of American civil liberties. In the meantime, Ron is supporting about the amount that would be spun off in interest each year by writing those checks now. So you're really talking about a couple $1,000s a year that Ron is supporting that goes into this fund so that students starting right now are able to go and access those funds, and then ultimately that'll be supported by the gift. But what I would really like to do would be to work with alums who have these kinds of interests, who want to support the undergraduate experience. They had a great experience at Miami, and they want other students to have that kind of experience. I hear that so often from our graduates. So what I'd like to be able to do is, working with our alumni base and development office, is to work with folks who have interests in a particular topic area, and to be able to set aside other kinds of accounts so that students are able to go and do different kinds of things, and inside sort of public affairs broadly writ. And so for some students that might be around issues of specific kinds of policy issues. It might be healthcare policy, or it might be energy policy, or it might be at different levels of governments, local government, state government, national government, international sorts of affairs, UN. For some students, it might really be about U.S. foreign policy. For example, there are a variety of undergraduate conferences that we often will send students to at the military academies. It'd be great to have a fund that would cover students going to those each year. So to work with donors to try and match their passions with the kinds of interests that our students have, to be able to increase their activity level, but also to make that experience of Miami not just something that people had in the past. Oh, I remember my days at Miami. Those were the 4 best years of my life. But to have that be a continuing experience, that they're part of this process and linking them really with students now and what their passions are now. So what I'd like to be able to do is to have more of those kinds of opportunities for students like Mandy had.